Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are going to completely demystify exactly how you'll prepare, synthesize, and present your Class 10 final project. If you've been grinding away on your life cycle assessment data, well, this is the exact moment it all comes together. We're going to map out a clear path to successfully integrate your environmental, cost, and social findings into one final, undeniable recommendation.
First things first, take a collective, deep breath. Right now. Look at this quote straight from the syllabus because it totally relieves the pressure. You aren't expected to be flawless here, and you aren't expected to have the resources of a massive professional firm. The goal is simply to show logically sound, transparent reasoning. Your instructors just want to see how you think, how you justify your choices, and how honestly you handle the inevitable imperfections in your data.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll hit the decision story, key terms for success, the project clinic, synthesizing results, and wrap it all up with the final presentation. Let's get right into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the decision story.
This is where a massive paradigm shift needs to happen for your project. Picture this. You hand a non-specialist a 50-page spreadsheet of just disconnected tables. Yeah, you're literally going to put them to sleep. Or worse, leave them totally bewildered. Your final presentation can never just be a data dump. It has to be a coherent narrative that flows seamlessly from the original problem straight to your solution.
Here's the thing, your narrative actually has to connect all these pieces. You've got to explain why the case matters right out of the gate. Then lay out the function you assessed and the alternatives you compared. Be super transparent about the data and assumptions you used. Show us the results, highlight those tricky hotspots and trade-offs, own your limitations, and then hit us with your recommended action. It's like building a puzzle where every single piece is absolutely crucial to the final picture.
Moving right along to Section 2, key terms for success.
Let's lock these definitions in really quick. First up, integrated assessment. This just means bringing your environmental, cost, and social data together into one unified picture. You're combining your standard LCA with life cycle costing and social LCA. You are looking at the whole board here. Next up is recommendation. This means your final call has to be entirely grounded in the hard evidence you gathered. No guessing, no gut feelings. If you're pitching an improvement, you need to be able to point directly to the integrated assessment data that backs it up.
Then there's limitation. Listen, acknowledging what your data cannot tell you, that is a massive sign of strength and credibility. A limitation is just a constraint that affects how we interpret your results. Did you use proxy data? Were your system boundaries a bit restricted? Just state it plainly. True reflective competence means actually knowing the boundaries of your own work.
And that brings us to the presentation narrative. This is that clear, logical sequence connecting your initial goal straight through to your final decision. It's the golden thread pulling your audience through your method and results, ensuring they arrive at the exact same logical conclusion that you did.
All right, jumping into Section 3, the project clinic.
So how does all this theory actually play out in Activity 1? Well, in your short project clinic consultation, your group is going to present these 4 foundational elements: your core project idea, the functional unit, the system boundary, and your main data sources. This ensures you're starting out on solid ground.
Then comes the feedback phase, where peers and instructors will pressure test everything. And honestly, this phase is a total gift. When people point out missing data or question your assumptions, they're literally handing you the chance to fix fatal flaws before they tank your final grade. The ultimate goal here is a revised, absolutely bulletproof project scope.
Okay, Section 4, synthesizing your results.
This is where the heavy lifting happens. You're going to organize your findings through these 4 steps. First, organize your inventory and indicators. Next, identify your hotspots, those high-impact areas, and spot the trade-offs. Third, assess sensitivity and uncertainty. Basically ask yourself, if a key assumption changes, does my whole conclusion fall apart? And finally, step 4, formulate that rock-solid, evidence-based recommendation. So, what's the tangible output here? You are aiming for a highly structured draft presentation or report outline. We're talking figures, tables, and the actual text that glues it all together. You are literally drafting the chapters of your decision story right here. And finally, Section 5, the final presentation. This is the culmination of all your hard work. And here's the kicker. You have a strict limit of 8 to 10 slides. Or if it's a report, just 2 to 3 pages. This constraint forces you to be incredibly concise and ruthlessly edit out the noise. You can't hide behind an avalanche of data.
You've got to distill your project down to its absolute most impactful essence. Within that super tight limit, you absolutely must hit these 5 components to prove your group's reasoning: method, results, interpretation, limitations, and your final recommendation. If you miss even one of these, your narrative breaks down and your overall assessment is going to suffer for sure. Now for the Q&A portion, the defense. Surviving this isn't about being defensive or pretending your project is flawless. It's about calmly owning your trade-offs and transparently justifying your choices. If an instructor critiques a missing data point, a stellar answer acknowledges the limitation, explains the assumption you made to get past it, and discusses how it impacts the final recommendation. That's how you nail it and show true reflective competence.
So, as you prepare to put this all together for class, look at your spreadsheets and ask yourself this. You have the data, but what is the story of your decision? Because finding that narrative, connecting the why it matters to the what we recommend, is the true key to acing this project. Can you turn those numbers into a narrative that actually changes minds? Good luck with your integration, and you've got this.